Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, while Bitcoin is running into significant resistance, we're seeing a new pattern form in the short term, which I'll talk about later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, starting off on the 3-day Bitcoin chart, and over the last 1 day, nothing has really changed here on the 3-day time frame. Obviously, the price of Bitcoin is still running into significant resistance while also forming a large bearish divergence, but it is important to mention that at the time of recording this video, this large bearish divergence on the 3-day time frame is not yet confirmed, and I explained why in my last video. So if you missed my last video, definitely check that one out. And now, if you're taking a look at the daily Bitcoin chart, once again, not much has changed over the last 1 day on this time frame. Obviously, we're still running into this range of resistance, which is sitting in between 28,000 to 29.5k. And obviously, as of right now, in terms of the trend, we are still trending in the bullish direction, with this area of support sitting in between around 24.3k to 25.2k. And now, if you're zooming into the shorter term, this is on the 4-hour time frame. And right now, if you're looking at the MACD indicator on the 4-hour chart, this is showing almost no momentum in the imminent short term, which means we're looking extremely neutral just in the short term, not overly bullish or overly bearish. And of course, once again, we still have that important area of resistance just above the Bitcoin price. So once again, the larger trend here on the daily time frame is still a bullish trend, but in the short term, we're looking extremely neutral in more of a sideways trend, basically taking a pause from the larger bullish trend as of right now as a result of running into this resistance. And now zooming further into the short term, looking at the 2-hour time frame, over the last 2 days, I've been talking about a possible inverse head and shoulders pattern forming here on the 2-hour chart, but over the last 1 day, this has basically failed the formation phase for this pattern, because obviously, as I explained recently here on the channel, in order to complete this pattern, we needed to see the price of Bitcoin rise up towards around 29,000 and then confirm a breakout above 29,000. And as you can see, the price of Bitcoin has clearly not done that, which means this right shoulder is now too large compared to the left shoulder, which means this inverse head and shoulders pattern is now invalid. It is no longer forming. So once again, just in the immediate short term, we're still looking very neutral, most likely going to see a little bit more choppy sideways price action just in the short term. And if you want to know how to make money in a choppy sideways price range, then stick around to the end of this video. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily time frame, and right now the price of ETH is trading at the high end of this range of resistance, which is sitting in between 1770 to 1820. So at least as of right now, at the time of recording this video, we have not seen a confirmed breakout above this resistance, at least not yet. But if we do end up seeing a confirmed breakout here, then the next significant resistance is sitting at around $2,000, with this support area still coming into play in between 1650 to 1.7k. And obviously, in terms of the trend on the daily time frame, this has not changed over the last few days, so we are still, of course, trending in the more bullish direction here on the daily time frame. And now just zooming into the shorter term, this is on the 4-hour time frame, and right now the price of ETH is looking very neutral just in the short term. Once again, not overly bullish or overly bearish in the short term, because at least for now, the price of ETH is in a choppy sideways price range in between this support sitting at around 1710 to 1730, and this resistance sitting at around 1830 to 1850. And once again, like I just said earlier for Bitcoin, here on the 2-hour ETH to US dollar chart, this potential inverse head and shoulders pattern, which was forming over the last few days, is now no longer forming because we did not see that confirmed breakout above the neckline, and instead we simply saw a rejection from that level, which means this is no longer an inverse head and shoulders pattern that is forming. So this pattern is now invalid, which means even if we see a breakout above this level, we do not have a technical price target to the upside based on this pattern. But speaking of short-term technical price patterns and short-term price targets, if you're looking on the 2-hour time frame, the price of ETH is currently forming a new pattern which has not been confirmed because we have not seen a break of this level at the time of recording this video, but it is a pattern that is forming, so it is one to pay attention to. And right now this support line is sitting at approximately 1810 to 1820 approximately, and this resistance line is sitting at around 1840. And basically the moment we see a break of one of those levels, obviously that means the price is breaking out of this pattern, but this pattern is known as a rising wedge pattern, which is technically a bearish pattern, meaning that it is more likely to break to the downside than to the upside. In fact, roughly around 2/3 of the time this pattern breaks to the downside, and about 1/3 of the time this type of pattern breaks to the upsides. And on top of this short-term bearish pattern forming right now, we do have an active bearish divergence also here in the short term, just on the 2-hour time frame, because clearly we have confirmed higher highs in the price, but also lower highs here in the 2-hour Ethereum RSI, which is simply a signal telling us that we are losing bullish momentum in the imminent short term, and perhaps we're due to see a bit of a cool off, which usually plays out in the form of either choppy sideways price action or a slight pullback in the price. And so if this pullback continues in the short term below this support line, then that would activate a technical price target based on this rising wedge pattern. And if you measure out that technical price target, then upon a confirmed break below that support level, that would set up this technical price target at around 1720, which falls into this area of support right here. And another way of looking for a technical price target based on a rising wedge pattern is simply targeting the bottom of the wedge, which is sitting at around 1.7k. So basically, I'll be targeting this area of support in between around 1710 to 1730 approximately, if we do end up seeing a confirmed break below this line of support that I just mentioned earlier. And so it is possible we could see a short-term pullback here for the price of ETH, but once again, this is still all happening within this choppy sideways price range here on the 4-hour time frame. And now, if you want to know how to maximize your profits in crypto, whether or not the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways like right now, then make sure to check out these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left of your screen shows you how to make money in either a bullish or bearish trend, and the video in the bottom left shows you how to make money if the price is chopping around sideways like right now. But anyway, that's just about everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.